What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. Today we'll be going over the loss to Fremantle yesterday in the AFLW. So let's roll the intro and jump straight into it. What's going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. Another late episode. I'm recording this at 10:30. Just in regards to the practice match that we just had against Carlton. Let's roll that intro and jump straight into it. So just before we get into it, welcome to you if you haven't watched Swoop Luke before. Thank you for tuning in. And a double welcome to you if you're coming back. So thank you so much for the support. Just quickly right off the bat, I want to say thank you so much for 500 subscribers. It really means a lot that there's 500 people that want to watch me talk, BS about all these games and stuff. And, it's really just all my opinion. And I do appreciate all the comments. We get into a bit of discussions. If you haven't already, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so these videos will pop up. You'll be one of the first to see them. Also, follow my Instagram at Swoop Luke. Heaps of content, daily content. I've got a sweet countdown going with a bit of trivia, or a bit of Collingwood trivia. And I think you'll enjoy it. Anyway, enough of me talking shit. Let's jump into this game review. I wanted to say that this game was a tale of two halves, but it really wasn't. It was pretty much a tale of Collingwood doing all the attacking, all the, the midfield was doing really well, lots of possession and stuff like that, lots of inside 50s, but Fremantle were just cleaner throughout the game. In the first quarter, despite most of the play in our forward line, we only kicked 1-1 to Fremantle's 3 straight. We did come out firing in the second quarter, started to play our game a little bit more. What I was noticing though, and I'm sure everyone else was noticing, was that we were getting a lot of the ball, but some of the decisions that we were making going forward were just really poor, especially our inside 50s. There was just the classic Collingwood brand of just bombing it in, hoping that someone, takes a grab or whatever. But even just around the ground, I feel like we just needed to be a little bit more cleaner. It could be because it's, one of our first interstate trips, the Fremantle weather, playing at Freo's, home ground and stuff like that. That doesn't help. But, to the credit, we only lost by 3 points. But still, it's just that we need to just sharpen up. At half-time, we had 23 inside 50s to Fremantle's 6. So you can see that we did have a lot of the ball. We did have a lot of the attacking prowess. Just didn't put it onto the scoreboard. I think we finished half-time 3-3. Didn't let Fremantle score any goals in that second quarter. But still, we were only 5 points up at half-time. We should have been at least 2 or 3 goals up with, just like I said, all that attacking power that we did have. Fremantle kicked 2 quick goals in the third quarter. Our only goal in that third quarter came via a Jamie Lambert free kick right at the end. So you can see that Fremantle had the reins on us in that third quarter. And in the fourth, I think, I'm just going to have a guess, I reckon we had about 85% of the possession, and it was all in our forward, at least from the centre line to our forward attacking goal line. That's where our main possession was, but we just couldn't put a score on the board. Fremantle only kicked 1 point. So get this, right? Fremantle kicked 3 goals in the first quarter. They kicked no goals in the second, 2 goals in the third, and no goals again in the fourth, and they somehow still won. I guess it's just credit to their, as much as I don't want to say it, to their defenders. They really held up. But with all that ball and all those inside 50s, we've just got to be better at it. And I'm sure, I feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on the girls because, coming from the rabble that we were last year in no uncertain terms and for the last couple of seasons to this, now Steve Simmons has just amplified our game plan and we're just playing brilliant football. But yeah, I still think that obviously there's room to improve and it can only get better from here. One thing that I do want to make note of is that we smashed them in pretty much every big stat in the game. Disposals, kicks, handballs, marks, inside 50s. It was all Collingwood, but unfortunately, we just couldn't convert that to a win. I think our midfield really stood up in those sort of conditions. Lambert had another GOAT game. She was just in everything, amazing. Kicked that 1 goal, tackling. She was on the end of everything, inside 50. She was just like, it was just incredible to watch. It was just absolutely incredible to watch. Like I said last week, she is my favourite AFLW player by a long shot. Even the likes of Rowe, she just continued to run, gave away a couple of free kicks, but that's all right. That'll, that can get cleaned up. Davey on her game back, she didn't play the Carlton game last week. She showed a little bit as well, can only get better. That shin must still be a little bit troublesome, but she did look good. Britt Benici as well, how can you miss her in the helmet? But she just goes in hard, and in that fourth quarter, she was nearly won us the game with just her attacking. It was on that flank, the repeat inside 50s, but alas, the captain, Steph Kyochi, and Chloe Malloy, I like that she started deep in the forward line, or when she was in the forward line anyway. She does provide us a target. And yeah, all the girls did play really well, just unfortunately couldn't get the win. Another thing that I did like is that when Shani Layton is resting from the ruck, and whoever's taking her ruck, I think yesterday was Fowler, she's playing in that deep forward role, just in that goal square. In that first quarter, she kicked out only goal, took a nice mark, went back, kicked a goal. So that's her second in the AFLW. Her ruck work is really improving. And if she can keep taking marks and keep kicking goals like that when she's resting in that forward line, it's going to go a long way for our season and into finals, hopefully. One thing I did dislike was that sometimes we were getting too cute with handballing to people that were under pressure, or instead of handballing to someone that was running forward, we were handballing to someone that was stagnant or behind us, and it just kind of stops you in their tracks. Fremantle get an opportunity to tackle you, and then we just lose that grounding 50-50, or the ball gets put into the defensive forward line. Another thing that I didn't like was that it was too easy for Fremantle to go coast to coast. By saying that, I mean counter-attacking for Fremantle was the way that they were scoring most of their goals, especially in that first half or that first quarter when we had most of the possession. We just got to tighten that up. That's just spreading and being accountable for who you're playing on. Another thing that I did pick up was, I think it might have been 2 or 3 times, Fremantle had a free kick, or it was, what's that lasso thing called? When it's the last touch out of bounds. There was no one on the mark. So they could gain 10-15 metres just by running and kicking it into their forward line or kicking it down towards the ground. That's undisciplined football and something that can't happen at the highest level. One vote I'm going to give to Shani Layton. Had a good day in the ruck, kicked that goal and took a couple good marks. 2 votes, Sarah Rowe, providing us with a lot of run, a lot of carry, did a little bit of things that, a bit undisciplined things, but she'll only get better. She did have a good game besides that. And 3 votes, of course, Jamie Lambert. Amazing game, 32 disposals, 1 goal, 8 tackles, and she was just, I got to find new adjectives, but she was phenomenal last night. So we do still have a way to go, but we can show it again against Melbourne this Friday night, 5:40. What we just need to do, like I've just been saying, it's the undisciplined things that are really killing us. 3 points away to Freo as a loss. It should have been a win, but you can't change a pass. You can't change how shithouse the umpiring was. But I know that we can get better from here. Steve will, adjust those undisciplined things, and we'll come out against Melbourne and absolutely smash them. So, thank you so much for watching. This has just been my quick review. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. Double shackers. Until next time, I'll swoop you later. Not back and forth. What's the word I'm looking for? One thing that I do want to make note of is... Alright, so my 3, 2, 1 votes. 1 vote I'm going to give to Shani Layton.